I'm Asia
And I'm Aaron, and you're listening
to Deadly Sips.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, guys. Hope you're having an awesome week. We're back.
We're back, so with influence.
I know. We're so whoop whoop today. Feeling the whoop.
Whoopage.
Whoopage. How was your weekend?
Crazy week at work for sure.
Okay.
Just flooded with so much stuff to do, a lot of acute care patients. And then the last day was just weird. And a screaming banshee in the background.
Yes, we can hear our daughter. That's our daughter.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be in bed, but she's not. But them patients though. I had tonsillitis this week, so that wasn't very fun. And we were going to record another episode earlier, but we didn't because of said tonsillitis.
Correct.
But yeah. One cool thing, you guys, is we were guests on another podcast.
Yes, we were.
Podcast. I don't know why I said that. Podcast. We were guests on the Geek Gauntlet podcast. They are on YouTube, and then they have their short clips, I believe, on TikTok and other socials as well. So if you feel so inclined, go give them a follow. Will and his crew were so fun.
Yes, that was some fun conversations.
It was. If you guys like all things nerdy, anime, geek, like that's the place to be. So shout out to them. They're awesome. I guess we're going right in with the shameless plug of the week.
Ooh, shameless plug.
Shameless plug. If you're not yet, follow us on all of our socials. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Deadly Sips Podcast. And then you can follow us at Asia and Aaron on all the same platforms. And obviously, if you're watching with us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Please, please do it. And lastly, for less than a cup of coffee, you can get access to our Discord group, an episode shout out, and episodes early and ad free.
Without ads?
Without ads.
That's great. I don't even do that for Netflix anymore.
Oh, yeah, no Netflix. If you'd like to become a fellow sipper and support a small podcast, such as ourselves, then click on the link in the description where we're listening from and join our Patreon and come join us.
Join the party.
Join the party. We will shower you with all the praise.
All the affection that you so rightfully deserve.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
Come join the club and be a sipper.
The club. We all fam.
And we all fam. That's enough shameless plug of the week. Thank you for enduring that.
Thank you.
Obviously, everybody, don't ever feel like you have to. We're just throwing it out there. So we're just happy that you're here and listening with us. Honestly, it brings me so much joy when I get to read your guys' reviews and comments and all the things. That brings me so much happiness. You guys don't even know. It brings me so much joy.
Guilty pleasures.
Yes. It's just fun hearing feedback from people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys ever have anything, let us know. We have all of our socials and our email and all the things.
Always wanting to improve.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to go ahead right into our Deadly Sip of the week.
Oh, yeah.
So, guys, every single week we feature an episode-themed cocktail and a mocktail version for all of you sober sippers. And we have all of our recipes available on our socials. We post those. And then, obviously, on our Patreon, we post everything logged there early as well. And this week's Deadly Sip of the Week is a chilling little holiday pour we're calling the Naughty List.
Ooh.
It's a peppermint kiss twist that looks festive but hits with just enough bite to match the case we're covering. Sweet, nutty, and just a little dangerous. Because let's be honest, even Santa needs something stronger than milk.
Amen. Amen. He does sometimes need that extra kick.
Absolutely. So it's half vodka, half Nutella. You guys.
It is delicious.
It's surprisingly so good.
Mm-hmm.
Had a little sip and it's yummy. Aaron's a big peppermint whore.
I'm a peppermint whore.
He absolutely is. How do you like the rim with the peppermint?
With me being a peppermint whore,
You want
now that
more.
I'm thinking about it, you probably like do a couple like drops of the the peppermint syrup. Ooh,
Absolutely.
maybe even like peppermint schnapps if you want it a little bit stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm feeling you. I catch what you're swinging.
All right.
All right, guys. So before I get into today's episode, I just want to give a big fat trigger warning to today's episode. This is a true crime episode covering murder, and there are kids involved, which is always extra hard. So for you peeps out there who just want to listen to the paranormal stuff, just skip this week. That's okay. We understand. But for the rest of us weirdos who are disturbed, you can stay. All right, let's get into it. This week on Deadly Sips, we're diving into a case that takes the phrase holiday horror to a whole new level. On what should have been a night of celebration, family, and warmth, the quiet suburb of Covina was shattered by an act so brutal it still echoes through true crime circles today. A man dressed as Santa Claus walked into a Christmas Eve gathering and turned the holiday into a nightmare. We're breaking down the events leading up to the Covina Massacre, the unraveling of the man behind the Santa suit, and the devastating aftermath that left an entire community shaken. Grab your drink, settle in, and let's unwrap one of the most chilling holiday tragedies ever recorded.
I grab my drink.
Aaron has a drink. He's got a sippy sip. I'm not feeling super drinky tonight, so I have a Gatorade, in case you were wondering, everybody. Oh, and I just spilled it.
Still the after effects of the tonsillitis, so
Yep,
something
absolutely.
a little better for your throat.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, you guys, I'm not going to lie, doing the research for this case, usually during the research, I don't get that affected, but for some reason during this case, it hit me good. So it's like I had to kind of take a step back and take a breather because it was getting to me. And then I had to like a little palate cleanser. I had to leave and then come back. All right. The setting takes place in 2008 suburb of Covina, California.
Okay.
It's about 7 square miles and around 50,000 people. That's kind of to give you a little geographic there. Jose and Alice Ortega, or the Ortegas, were said to be an all-American family. Jose, or as they call him, Papa Joe. Papa Joe. He was a first-generation immigrant, which, respect. He was 79 years old. He grew his business, and then he retired, and then his son kind of took it over and then expanded it.
Family business.
Yeah, family business. Like the American dream. Come over, build your business, wealth, community, life.
Respect.
He invited the whole family out to Christmas like they do every year. He had 24 of his children and grandchildren and members of the community. Like, yeah.
Thought you were about to say he had 24 children. I'm like,
oh,
holy cow.
No, he had 5 children. No, this isn't John and Kate plus 8. It's just.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, family of 5. There were at least, it says, there's kind of a rough estimate, but it says usually between 24 and 25 people in the home. A lot of people came, essentially. And this was something that they did every year, the community did. They loved joining at the Ortega's house. Most of the adults were in the living room playing poker, which apparently was a family tradition. The kids were playing, just, doing kid shit on Christmas, having fun, playing, with your cousins, the fun whole shebang. And if you have a big family, you understand. Like, I have a big family. My mom is the oldest out of 10 kids, and we always go to, 10. We rent out a church gymnasium for Christmas Eve, and we have this big Christmas party every year, and it's always so fun. So reading this story, I just related a lot to it because, big family fun. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
It was getting late around 11:30, which I'm like, hot dang. Usually on Christmas, I'm like, all right, 10 o'clock.
Get your butts in bed, kids.
Get your butts in beds. At least to being at another person's house for a party. But I mean, most of these were the kids and the grandkids, so I get that. I totally stay at my mom's house all night. That were the case. It was getting late around 11:30 p.m. and they were coming towards the end of their poker game. The doorbell rang, and one of the little girls, who was 8 years old, her name is Katrina, and she looks at the window panel on the side of the door. She looks through that and sees somebody in a big red coat and a big white beard, and she's like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's freaking Santa Claus.
Freaking Santa.
Yeah, you see that on Christmas Eve, you're like, oh my gosh. And she can see he's like pulling out kind of a little trolley behind him with a big box, big gift on it. I mean, if I was a kid seeing this, I'd be like I'm so excited because you're like, it's Santa.
Am I supposed to see you? So you run to my bedroom and go to sleep?
And she runs the door and she's like, guys, Santa's here. And so everyone's kind of looking, which this wasn't uncommon for their family. It was common for somebody to dress up as Santa and come and surprise them.
Right.
Maybe not this late, but it was a common thing. So they didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
She opens the door, she pulls him in, and he immediately whips out 2 pistols.
No.
No, stop. I can't. This is, I know, I can't. Guys, this is really hard to read through. She pulls him in and he whips out 2 pistols and he shoots her point blank and he immediately started firing on the entire family. What a dick. I know. His first target was Katrina, the little girl. Luckily, her injuries weren't fatal, which I don't understand because
point blank range.
Point blank in the face.
Yeah.
But just for some type of light at the end of the tunnel, she ends up being okay. But he sees the adults at the poker table and he just starts firing. And Christmas went from magical to like massacre in a matter of seconds. A few managed to escape at the back of the house. Most were children who were playing by the pool. He essentially goes through the entire house. He goes upstairs and downstairs, clearing the house. And once he thinks that there's no one left, he brings in that present. And inside of that gift was essentially like a homemade flamethrower.
Oh my God.
It was essentially like a MacGyvered flamethrower. It was a racing fuel tank with a makeshift nozzle that was welded together.
Oh my gosh.
And Santa goes bonkers and just starts setting the place on fire. Crazy. The youngest daughter of the Ortegas, so the adult daughter, she was present. Her husband said, grab the kids, and they managed to grab their kids, which Leticia, her daughter, was Katrina, the one that got shot. So, her and her husband grab their kids, they leave. She hops the back fence to the neighbor's yard, escapes, and she calls 911.
Oh my gosh.
And, at this point, a lot of 911 calls started to come in. I was going to play the sound clip of the 911 recording, but I'm not going to do that because it made me cry. So, yeah.
Sparing y'all from...
Yeah, sparing y'all if you want to listen to it. It's on YouTube. I'll link it. Everyone who called reported seeing a Santa Claus, hearing an ungodly amount of gunshots, and seeing flames. And we're talking like 50-foot flames. Not a little bit. Like, it took 80 firefighters in several hours to put out.
80?
80 firefighters.
Oh my gosh.
It was racing.
It's
not like your regular accelerant. It's racing fuel. So yeah.
That's not something you put out with just water.
No. Like it took 80 firefighters. At this point, there are 9 dead and 3 injured. 9 bodies were found, which could only be identified through dental records because of how badly burned they were.
Gosh.
There were 3 injured. One of them was Katrina, who was shot at the side of her face. Amongst those who had escaped was also Sylvia's kids, who is Leticia's older sister. And that was Amanda and Sal. They were 6 and 19 years old. Sal had broke through a window with his hand and escaped. Once he heard everything start going, he just broke out the window and got out.
Wow.
At this point, Leticia lost her parents, her 2 brothers, 2 sisters, her 2 sister-in-laws, and a 17-year-old nephew. Things are just chaos at this point. By the time police arrive, the Santa's gone. They just have this house ablaze. Like I said, it took 80 firefighters to pull out, and they immediately just start getting to work.
It sounds personal.
Absolutely, it does.
Like, it's the only house you target, and you bring racing fuel for a flamethrower. Like, you were premeditated, death row.
Death row. Yeah.
And this guy is just messed up.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Dude be fucked up in the head. So please start questioning neighbors for a description of the Santa Claus immediately, because everybody that was involved in the incident was obviously at the hospital or had their children in the hospital. So they're not available for questioning. One of the neighbors suggested a man named Patrick. Patrick would come to the Christmas party every year and play Santa. But it was a red herring because he had moved away a bit prior. So that was off the table. One neighbor claimed to see someone drive away in a blue Dodge. And the weirdest thing that was suspicious about this was that they were driving off really fast and the lights were off.
Okay, that throws up some red flags.
A little boop, boop, boop. And the police are freaking out at this point because they don't know if this killer was going to hit more people or not.
Yeah.
So they're frantically just trying to figure out all they can so they get to work. And the Ortega's murder wasn't the only murder that night. Found was 40-year-old Bruce Pardo. He was found with a 9mm bullet hole in his head with one casing in his lap and another on the floor.
Oh my.
So essentially this told police that they thought that there was another shooter, but that the other guy got him first and he left the murder weapon behind, which was like a big mistake, essentially. The house wasn't burned down. It was Brad, the victim's brother's house, and his brother found him.
Oh my.
And at first, this wouldn't sound very related to the case, but the one thing that was in common with both of the bodies, the Ortegas and Brad, was the fact they had a singular 9mm bullet wound at their body at a close range. And for most of the victims, it was right in their head.
So was it a 9mm at the Ortega's house too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was roughly around the same time. So wounds, range of the shootings were consistent, which led police to believe that they were connected. So it's now Christmas Day. They have 10 bodies. All they have to go on is this car and some guy dressed as Santa, which is terrifying for the neighborhood. Horrifying for the family.
Which, I mean, that's at least a tiny bit of something they can go off. Like, I mean, how many blue Dodges do you have in one area?
Yeah, but there's 50,000 people.
Yeah.
And you don't know where this person is. It was premeditated. Are there even more people? You don't know. And the police try to find a connection between Bruce and the Ortega family, and they quickly found it. Bruce, I'm going to go a little bit into Bruce. Bruce was a local. He went to college for computer sciences at California State Northridge.
Okay.
After he graduated, he worked as a software engineer at JPL, or AKA the Jet Propulsion Lab. They do a lot for NASA. But when it started, it was technically like a missile department. They worked in missile development and things were going good. And then in the 1980s is when things got kind of messy for him.
Okay.
He had a hard time keeping relationships. He left somebody at the altar, like balls deep, going in.
Yeah.
You're going in for your marriage. Your whole family's there. Your mom's there. And he calls and says, "Hey, I'm not going to make it." Like full on left and right.
I gotta do some laundry or something, you know.
Yeah.
That clearly takes precedence over a marriage.
I just don't understand behind that. You had the whole time. You could, even the day before. You could have called the day before, but leaving the bride at the actual altar is just it's wild to me.
Dick move.
Dick move. 2001, he started going out with a girl named Elena. It was off and on, and they had a son together. But I found kind of altering information on whether they lived together or not. Another thing, too, about this case that I found so baffling, just doing research, how much of the information was conflicting.
Okay.
So I try to stay more towards news stated accounts because some of the information, it seemed like there was a lot of hubbub around this case. Like people were fibbing stuff in it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So one day, Elena, the girlfriend, had to go get groceries. So Bruce watches Matthew, who was their 13-month-old son at the time, who's barely 1. So Elena goes out, runs errands, and Bruce is where she left him, in front of the TV with a beer. Sitting in front of the TV drinking, and she doesn't see her son. Her son's gone. They find him in the back in the pool.
No.
Yeah. They rush to the hospital, and at this point, things aren't looking good for little Matthew. He has to stay at the hospital for a couple of weeks, and at this point, the doctor said he wouldn't be able to walk again due to brain damage. He was paraplegic, essentially. But once he was kind of somewhat considered stable, Bruce and Elena went through it. They broke up, and Bruce just walked down on him. Wanted nothing to do with him.
Dick.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Bruce. You deserve the pair of anguish
Mm-hmm.
inside of the brazen bull and all the things.
Mm-hmm. Be probed with a glass covered probe up the butthole and taken multiple times.
Yep. You deserve all the bad things. All the bad things. So Elena was left with a 6-figure medical bill. And as a mom, she's like, hell nah. And she sues his butt
Yeah.
to help because he refused to help out.
Should be.
She won in 2002 and got some insurance money. And then he just officially never spoke to them again ever after that. He's like, peace. Bye. Good on you. You sued him. Got something out of the motherfucker.
Exactly.
So 2 years later, Bruce starts seeing Sylvia Ortiz. She was married before her first husband tragically died in a car accident while she was pregnant with their second child. So sad. I can't imagine this poor woman. Another thing was she was the one driving, which I feel like would be another emotionally hard toll to take.
Oh, yeah.
And a mutual friend introduced her and Bruce, and they hit it off. To her, he was like this brilliant rocket scientist, and he treated her children as his own. Which I'm like, why couldn't you have treated Matthew like that? You trucker? Why? But, from her eyes, he was this great guy, and he seemed eager to have more kids and become a father, and he seemed like a family man. And obviously, she had no idea about Matthew and Elena. She didn't know a thing about him. He didn't tell her about him.
Of course not.
At all.
That's something you just have on your, dating profile.
Right.
Killed my kids and left my wife.
But here's the thing.
$100,000 in medical debt.
They got married in 2006. They got married, and she had no idea. And things in their marriage went well, pretty much, until... One second. Let's see. And pretty much in their marriage, things went well until she found out about Elena and Matthew and the whole thing of abandonment, which I'd be pissed. Like, my husband was hiding a whole ass family that he never told me about, and the fact that he was a piece of shit and did these horrible things.
I can't even forewarn family.
And he failed completely to take responsibility for that. And he essentially let this child drown.
Negligent.
Being super negligent, and he failed them. So according to Scott Nord, who was Sylvia's divorce attorney, how she found out about Elena and Matthew was through tax forms. She was going through taxes, and she found he was claiming Matthew as a dependent.
You fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Leave his ass.
Leave his ass. It made me so mad. And this completely just blew up their marriage.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, bye, Felicia. Which I'm like, you're a dumbass. Like, what in your right mind gives you the right to claim this child as a dependent when you walked out on him?
None whatsoever.
When you done, nope. Wipe my feet of you. Bye. Bruce just sucks.
Sucks.
He just sucks. But in a major way.
Water.
Major dong water. He sucks, guys.
Shame.
It's a damn shame. And one thing about their marriage and just Bruce as a person is he was always stressed about money. And apparently it was something that just consumed him. And the lawsuit made that worse.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently he had some type of horrible knee injury and had to have surgery. And that forced him to work from home, which for some people that's devastating in working class America. And this was during their marriage.
Right.
So this is during his and Sylvia's marriage. He got this knee injury. Things are going bad. Sylvia says he lost his will to live. Nothing brought him joy. He gained weight. They started arguing a lot, just kind of brick by brick, bunch of things. He'd go on his computer and work, and he would go days without showering.
Ew.
He went from this kind of adventurous guy, because they would go and do all these fun things together. They'd plan all these fun outings, kind of like me and you. They would dress up and do all these fun things as a family.
Yeah.
They kind of went from that to this shell of a person. And honestly, it just turned into a loser. Not that he wasn't a loser before, but, from their relationship. And this left Sylvia asking herself, who the F did I marry?
Yeah.
Which, honestly, good for you. I get I get it. Life gets tough.
Yeah, it does.
I get it. I really do. But you just have to put on your grown-up pants and fight. You have a wife and kids to support, and you can't be doing that shit.
Nope.
You can't just give up and say, I'm done. I'm going to go upstairs. Bye. You loser. In March of 2008, Sylvia moved out. She filed for divorce, and in June of 2008, Bruce was ordered by a judge to pay $1,700 in spousal support. And then we find out later in the settlement that she kept the engagement ring and he had to pay a $10,000 fine.
Wow.
And their divorce wasn't finalized till way later that year.
Wow.
So life's not looking too hot for Bruce at this point.
No.
Which honestly, he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to say that, but he does.
Plays stupid games, he wins stupid
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. According to his friends, the divorce and the proceedings had a huge effect on him, which, I mean, yeah, I get it. Hard things. On June 11th of that year, so, he was just barely, mandated to pay support. On June 11th, Bruce goes to Burbank, which isn't far from where he is, and he buys a handgun in cash. In July is when he had to start paying the spousal support. He got fired from his job. He got caught billing employers for hours he wasn't working. So all that time he spent on his computer. What were you doing, brah? What were you doing? What were you looking at? What you doing? So just being super dishonest with his working hours, which is fraud. They got fired. On August 8th, he bought another handgun from the same store. And in California, you have to wait 30 days after purchasing a firearm before you can do another one. So that's kind of why there's a 30-day lag there.
Right.
So that makes sense. Then on September 8th, the next month, guess what he bought? Another handgun. On October 11th, guess what he bought?
Yes, handgun?
Another handgun. That's enough slices. That's enough slices. Why do you need that many handguns, sir? I'm sorry, but I feel like that should somehow be investigated. If you have some crap going down in your life, if you've got divorce proceedings, I feel like
someone should have red flagged in their system, like, oh, this guy's come in 2 or 3 times now, and
yeah,
looking too hot.
No, ooh, like what's going on in this guy's life? Let's take a look. So anyway, Bruce, he just really had a shit year. And he went down to Iowa to spend some time with his friend Steve. And he just opened up about his life and about everything. And Steve's like, what's up? And he's like, I'm just thinking about everything. Which I'm like, thinking about everything? What is that? And he said he was very embarrassed by how everything went down in court. And I'm like,
so?
Yeah, you should be embarrassed. Because you done fucked up. So he also, at this point, had an estranged relationship with his mother because they weren't speaking at this point because she was supporting Sylvia 100%. Go, mom. First of all. I couldn't find any information why. Specifically, none of my business, but that's... Yeah.
She was taking care of him.
Yeah. She was like, no, you're dumb. He blamed, of course, everything on Sylvia. It was all her fault. He took, once again, no responsibility in the situation. Are we shocked that he took no, I'm not shocked. So at this point, they found all of this information about Bruce and they're like, wait. Cough, cough. Yeah, this suspicious.
Survey says
Bruce. Okay, so they're like, okay, what officially is the link between him and the Ortegas? And they find that Sylvia's maiden name was Ortega. And she was one of the 9 that was killed Christmas Eve.
That's when it all comes together.
That's the linchpin. Yep. And their divorce was barely finalized on December 18th. Not even a week before. Not even a week before. And apparently he went back on November 18th and bought another gun.
Oh, Lord.
He's purchased like 5 guns at this point.
Nothing flagging systems?
No. I just think it's suspicious with the stuff that's going on in his life. Not that it's wrong to go by. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just like, with what's going on.
What's going on in his life?
Somebody needs to just like take a little magnifying glass and be like, dude, what's going on?
Exactly.
So obviously they're all like, okay, it was Bruce, but now we have to link the dots on what happened that night. And another thing was nobody could identify him. None of the neighbors could identify him.
They didn't know that he owned a blue Dodge.
He didn't own a blue Dodge. We'll get into that.
Ooh.
We'll get into that.
Okay, here we go.
So, Bruce's brother, he came in and he found him. He calls 911. The police came. There were 2 guns they saw inside of the car, which they immediately connected to him and deduced that there was another shooter. They found another gun strapped to his leg. So he had 3 guns on him, at least. And a block away, a neighbor called in a suspicious-looking vehicle. So,
or as Timpy say, sus.
That's sus. Our daughter, she's getting in with all the alpha, beta, sigma lingo.
Crazy.
And we're so happy about it.
So happy.
I'm like, bruh, what?
Feeling so 6'7" about it.
She started saying, right. She is homeschooled, and she started saying 6'7", and I'm like, how? Where does this come from? How does she know? It's just funny. Kids are so, I love it.
They're crazy.
It's fun. But if anybody can explain to me 6'7", that would be great.
Yes, I don't get it.
From a millennial.
All I know is
we're borderline millennials. We were born in 96, so we're on the absolute last end. Of that. And what is it, Gen
Z?
Gen Z? I don't even know. But yeah, 96 babies. Right between there. Anyway, back to the case. Okay, so a block away, a neighbor calls in a suspicious-looking vehicle, and they believe that it didn't belong to any of the neighbors.
Okay.
I'm getting excited, so I'm stumbling over my words.
Oh, snap.
It was the car that matched the description of the blue Dodge that neighbors saw fleeing the Ortega residence. So it's the same blue Dodge. They ran the plates and found out that it was a rental car. And guess who it was rented out to? Bruce. I feel like he needs just a dirtbag nickname. I don't want to... Sometimes I don't want to name these guys because they're just awful.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're going right now.
No.
Other than dick.
I know. Rude ass. Pardon my French. This is where it gets insane. Not that all this case has been absolutely bonkers, but the police searched the car, and what did they find?
The jet fuel.
Well, a Santa suit.
The Santa suit, of course.
I know, you're also surprised. We totally didn't know it was Bruce. You're surprised. I know it.
Was Bruce.
No.
Or not.
But here's when they lifted it up. When they lifted up the Santa suit, the whole car lit on fire.
What?
It lit on fire.
Burned evidence.
It's believed that Bruce rigged the car. It blew up.
Son of a...
Apparently, I can't remember exactly. I was watching a police report, and apparently they lifted it up, and it started, and it started going on fire, and they all, like, run. And so they all backed away from the car, and then the car exploded.
You dumb.
I know, like, you're going to hurt. This guy doesn't care.
Nope.
Needless to say, though, he put his homework into this, and he wasn't going to go down. And they eventually found out that he bought a plane ticket to visit Steve in Iowa for, like, an alibi. And he rented a second car in which they found food, guns, ammo, maps of the U.S./Mexico. And so they think his plan was to lead the police to Iowa while he hauled his ass to Mexico.
Okay.
That's what they think his little plan was. And also rude. Involve your friend Steve, who was there for you. Rude.
Just put it all on him.
I know. He's like, I'm going to send you up to my friend Steve, cause some havoc. So at this point, the police hadn't spoken to any of the family members. And once they talked to Leticia, she was the only child left.
Yeah.
One of the original adult children left alive. They finally spoke to Leticia, and she knew immediately who it was. She knew it was Bruce who came through. She was able to confirm the timeline of that night. He came dressed as Santa Claus, started shooting, just lost it. And then once he killed everyone, he started to burn the house down with the flamethrower. Which I'm like, if you're coming there with a bunch of guns and a flamethrower to burn the house down, I think you
knew what was going to happen.
You want them and their entire family to burn. And another question I had was, why the H did he go to his brother's house? That was one question I had. I was like, why did he go to his brother's house? Which I kind of found an answer to. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
When he started burning the house down, it speculated that there was another open flame somewhere in the house that he wasn't aware of. Like, it could have been candles. They were cooking something and he wasn't aware of it. Just something, and just some type of open flame. And the house caught fire like that. We don't think he intended for it to get that bad.
But because the flames, it broke up the rest of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Leticia said at one point his suit caught fire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this homemade device was filled with racing fluid, not your regular igniter fluid. So, long story short, essentially, they think that he just lost control of the fire.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And with that, with saying, oh, like his suit caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So, when examining his body, not only did he have the gunshot wound, he had severe burns all up and down his body. And it would have been in karma. Karma's a bitch.
Bitch.
But he would have been in excruciating pain.
Yeah.
Which is likely why he went to his brother's house to commit suicide. The investigators agreed that the trajectory of the actual bullet wound itself was congruent with suicide. And it's conjecture that because there was a second shot, another casing on the floor, they believe that it was just shot in frustration, or he was in so much pain that he struggled to get the gun up to his head the first time. That's kind of what they're thinking at this point. It's conjecture because no one was there.
Yeah.
But I feel like that feels pretty believable.
Yeah.
Because once you get those burns like that, I have to go to the hospital.
Oh, yeah. 3rd degree is
And
bad.
he's like, I'm going to go in for this. And I think he just outed himself right there.
Oh, where'd you get the burns, Bruce?
Where'd you get the burns? The police got a warrant for Bruce's house, and they found the rest of the guns, the receipts, the bomb-making material, everything. They found everything. The police found out that Bruce intended to kill more people that night before fleeing the country. They found a hit list, essentially, that he crossed off. Mm-hmm. So besides Sylvia, he was going to Scott Nord's house, who was her attorney, her divorce attorney. And that second rental car that they found was parked really close to his house. And he also intended to kill his own mother.
Wow.
Which, conveniently, she was invited to the Ortega's house that night for Christmas Eve, but she wasn't feeling good, so she stayed home. Yeah.
It's just that her thought process behind that. Like, if I wouldn't have been sick,
I'm so sorry.
I would have been there.
Mama, I'm so sorry, because, that's horrible. So Leticia and her daughter, Katrina survived. Like I said, I know. Thank goodness. She survived, and to this day, they both reach out to gun violence victims to provide support, which is amazing. And to families who have gone through this.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, amazing.
Good for them.
You're amazing.
Great survivor story.
And supposedly Katrina, she orchestrated like a high school walkout in support of gun violence and gun laws. Mm-hmm. Like, go you.
Yeah.
Go you. That's incredible. Just getting involved. But yeah, that's the case.
That is something.
I know. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot. I need a palate cleanser.
Yeah, if you guys made it through with us, get that palate cleanser. Be a Dr. Pepper, dirty Dr. Pepper,
extra bourbon, whatever, extra shot, whatever you need.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take another sip of my Gatorade. I just feel that entire case is bonkers. First of all, what an asshole.
Yep.
What a trash bag of a human.
All the juices at the bottom of the dumpster, kind of garbage bag.
Yeah. He's just something else. And I feel so sorry for Leticia and her whole family. Mm-hmm. She lost everything. All those poor kids. Sylvia, so if you remember, Sylvia's kids, 2 of her kids survived.
Oh, good.
And it's just, I'm sorry for them.
Yeah.
And everything that they had to go through, because this just sounds horrendous.
And all the trauma they had to go through, like, after that, like, I hope everything's, like, good for them.
Yeah.
They're thriving and getting success and
absolutely.
You all the warmest hugs.
Yeah, you want all the things all the good things for them. And I'm really proud of Leticia and her daughter for supporting and just creating some good out of a situation that is absolutely horrible.
For certain.
Not gonna lie, guys, I feel so run down after that. Like, I feel
it's a lot of emotion.
It's a lot of emotion. And like I said, I was gonna play sound clips and stuff, but no, I think the information is more than enough for my ears today.
Yeah, today.
And for y'all, I'm sure.
I'm usually one to like look up that extra stuff and everything, but
I'm good. Hard
good.
pass.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Yeah, my soul's tired. I feel so sad. Yeah. All right, guys, that's our episode for today. If you guys would like to follow along our adventures, you know where to find us at Deadly Sets Podcast on all the things. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and join us on Patreon.
Patreon.
And yeah, let us know how you guys are liking it.
Yes.
Like, please comment, tell us all the things we want to know.
All the good things, bad things, what we can do. Share some of the stories you know of, and that we can
if you guys
make an episode. We'd love to.
Please email us at deadlysetspodcast@gmail.com with any experiences or any things you would like us to cover.
Yes.
We are super down for that. But nonetheless, that's all we have for you guys tonight.
Thanks for coming.
And sit carefully.